Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. I had a little prepared statement I wanted to make in regards to Mr. Swindell's letter. I don't get evil mail. I'm not on the computer. I'll never be on the computer. But I was at the council meeting when he addressed the council, and I just went point by point through his letter he turned in and had a little comment about all of it. But it's all been spoken to already. Everyone that's got up is just about address some of his issues. If you must point a finger at a specific problem with Norco's economy, it's the foreclosed home in the hills generating no income tax for the city, and perhaps begging the question only Mr. Swindell could answer was his decision to move here the best choice for him. And I would like to support the last two public speakers, Ms. Price and Mr. Logan. I live on Corona Avenue. We have 3 speed bumps on that street. They're not the jugger bars. They're not the real high ones that the horse trailers can't go over. They're about 5 feet, I think, 4 to 5 feet long. Extended Bill would know. But the horse trailers and any commercial, the landscapers, I always know when the landscapers go by because they make a really loud noise, but you can go over those with horse trailers very nicely. And Sierra does look beautiful, but the first thing I thought of when I saw it was, oh gosh, it's going to become a speedway. The best deterrent were the potholes. I think you should just leave them.
No more cards for public comments, so we'll go back to item 5A on the agenda. The next speaker up is Jodie Weber. And she will be followed by Jackie Shires.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, City Council. I'm actually really proud to hear our citizens and residents support the city charter and the municipal code to protect and preserve animal-keeping lifestyle and other outdoor recreational activities in residential areas, because that's precisely what the city charter and the zoning code provides. I am a little concerned about the imposition of a conditional use permit, because such is granted at the discretion of the planning commission, which means it is not an automatic right, and in essence does take away our property rights. There is actually a legal subtlety in extinguishing the right to build by allowing the discretion of government to come in, and people should actually fear government coming in. But we do have problems that need to be addressed, and I believe I do have a solution. First of all, the planning commission and the city government should consider guidelines for the implementation of the conditions for the conditional use permits. In particular, the authority to consider conditional use permits delegated to a planning commission must include standards of guidance. These standards of guidance are provided to ensure that the delegation of discretion to an administrative agency is not unbridled and therefore invalid. What you have right now, and Mr. Bash mentioned it, you do have a city charter, you do have a general plan, you do have architectural guidelines, and I know from the staff report you're working on design guidelines. But what we do not have is any other limitation for the potential abuse of discretion in mandating conditions by this UP process. And what that means is if you get a planning commission 5 years from now mandating that you put palm trees next to the accessory building, or mandating that they can come in and look at your property at any time. How about New Year's Day? Or how about Christmas Day? Those are conditions that right now the planning commission is not limited in imposing. So we do need standards, and I appreciate Ms. Overstreet recognizing that as well. So I would propose this. First of all, bring it back to planning, or at least determine some way of determining the guidelines. Number 2, based on everybody that we've heard here tonight, go ahead and pass the Zone Code Amendment 2010-02 for the A120 lots that do not have the PACAs. Why? Because this city and the residents here would like to impose the PACAs with the accessory structures for the primary purpose of animal keeping protection. The only way they can probably do that is through the imposition of the cups. But the specific planned properties already have animal keeping protection. So therefore, I would ask that the ordinances be removed from consideration for the specific plans, taken back to the planning commission, remove the cup requirement, so that then you can actually have a situation by developing strict max standards that every neighbor would know about, create those standards to avoid the oversized structures and protect animal keeping rights. I do have my proposals that I would like to provide to council, and thank you.
No, this is back on item 5A on the agenda. Okay, Jackie Shires, followed by Mike Garrison.
Hello, City Council members. My name is Jackie Shires. I live on Oldenburg Lane. I submitted a letter to the city clerk this afternoon along with a number of petitions. I would like to read that letter to the council and to the public. Dear City Council members, on behalf of the residents and property owners of the area described as Norco Ridge Ranch Specific Plan, I am submitting a list of signatures on a petition requesting that the City Council reject the 3 proposals approved by the Planning Commission on June 30th, 2010, listed under item 5A, 1, 2, and 3 of tonight's City Council meeting. The language of the petition and the signatures speak for themselves. However, there are a few metrics that I believe are significant in the collection and tabulation of the completed petitions. Number 1, the collection of signatures was focused primarily on the Norco Ridge Specific Plan area. Number 2, 376 residents of this Norco area signed the petition, which is a true statistic. Number 3, of the 557 developed lots in this Ridge Ranch Specific Plan area, over 50% are represented by petition signatures. I am enclosing 6 copies of the signed petition, 1 for each council member. The originals are available upon request. On these Norco Ridge Ranch maps, which we have right over here, the red areas represent the residents that signed our petition. As you can see, the majority, over 50%, oppose these building restrictions. On a personal note, after speaking with many concerned residents over this proposal myself, the overwhelming reaction is frustration that the city wants to restrict our property rights, not as renters, but owners of homes that were built for residents, for us, to freely live and partake in a lifestyle, with the advantage of having large lot sizes. It should not be the right of the council or any organization to take these freedoms from the people. Therefore, we are requesting that the size of any structure be reasonable and that the height not exceed 20 feet and approximately 1,200 feet. Thank you.